So hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the CodersArts. So in this series of episode, basically we showcase projects and also we try to demonstrate the project we have built, the core feature, functionality, and also the technology behind it. Also, more specifically, we discuss what are the use cases of this type of project, how you will get also code walkthrough, how we have implemented this project. So this type of video here helpful for you to understand and how this type of project are basically built and what are the technology behind it. So let's get started. And one of our team member Pratibha, so she will explain about the today project, what is the project about, how she has implemented this project, and also what are the different use cases. Okay, so now I'm inviting Pratibha, so she will explain everything about it. Okay, so hi Pratibha, now you can explain about the project. First explain what is the about the project you are going to explain and what the technology you have used, and then we go with the further detail like technology and code walkthrough and what are the input output you have implemented.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. So, hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about an app which is basically an image text reader,
Hmm.
and it is going to utilize a few APIs from Google Cloud
Hmm.
Services. If I am to name them, basically they are Google Vision AI,
Hmm.
and then it is making use of the Google Translation AI,
Hmm.
and then after that it is making use of the text to speech AI as well, basically API for that. Okay,
Okay.
so these three things are being used in this app.
Hmm.
How it's going to work is you are going to pass in an image which is containing some kind of text, and then the text will be recognized from the
Hmm.
image. After that, if it is in any other language, then it will be detected
Hmm.
and it will be translated into
Hmm.
English, and it will be converted into text to speech as well. There will be an audio that can be played which will be reading out what the text is displaying in the image.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is the working of the app. I can also show you the demo.
Hmm.
So I'm sharing my screen. So first of all, I'll activate my environment.
Hmm.
Now I'll just go to the project directory.
Hmm.
Now I'm going to run the app. Basically, this is a Flask app.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the interface of the app.
Hmm.
We will upload the images. Let me just go to the folder having the sample inputs.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's say we have this image. It's in Spanish.
Hmm.
So as you can see here, the identified text was in Spanish.
Hmm.
It has been converted into English,
Hmm.
and here, so this is how the app works. So it doesn't matter if there are images with the text,
Hmm.
or I can just show any other image as well. Like if it is in English, then like no translation is going to happen.
Hmm.
So here I have uploaded another image,
Hmm.
and as you can see here,
Hmm.
again from the image only the text has been identified from here,
Hmm.
and then again it can be played. So this is the app.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, so basically the whole idea about this is concisely we can say. So basically we extracting the text from images, and so it might be in any language, right? In,
Yeah, it can be done in any language, or we can specify a particular language if it is to be made for only one language
mm,
for identification purposes. Okay.
mm,
So like it's up to us. It can provide multilingual support.
mm,
So that's the best thing about it. Using this translation, before the translation step, maybe we can add one more point into the code of the app,
mm,
where we are going to identify the language first and then we perform the translation, or we can just directly perform the translation
mm,
if we know that the image that is going to be provided to the app is going to have one particular language.
mm,
So in that case, we can just hard code the
mm.
code for that particular
Yeah,
language.
but currently it's detecting all the languages, like identifying the text,
Yeah.
and then we are implemented translation part. So translation is only done in English, right? So first we'll identify the text,
Yes.
then we'll translate, and
Yes.
also you have added the speech to text to speech. I think audio part.
Yeah, text to
Mm.
speech is also being utilized in
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So basically, yeah, fine. So and what are so why this type of project somebody should work on, and what are the use cases of this type of project?
Okay, so basically, this kind of app can be used for accessibility purposes.
Mm,
For example, people who are hearing impaired
mm,
or vision impaired,
mm,
for those people, this kind of app can come in really handy.
mm,
Apart from that, it can be used for multilingual communication as well.
mm,
For example, let's say if you are working in a large team which is spanning across the world,
mm,
so if you want to share some kind of data
mm,
without the barrier of language,
mm,
then also it comes in handy to have this kind of app.
mm,
Okay, and not only like we it's not necessary to use all the apis at once.
mm,
We can just make it to the point where we are just extracting the text, or maybe to a point where we are just extracting the text and then translating, and there's no audio involved. So as per the use cases, as per the requirement, this functionality can be modified,
mm.
but in here in this particular app we are using all the three together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might be more use cases like so the same concept little bit tweaking we can use like
Yes.
image
Yes.
captioning, image description little bit we have to add. So just
Yes.
basic editing or maybe modification and we can perform that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more so, we can also use it for document digitization as well.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if you have just the images containing the text and you want it to to be converted into a Word file or a text file, then that can also be done using this kind of functionality, like a part of this functionality. And then it can be used on platforms where language learning is also being supported, where like websites or maybe apps where people are learning new languages.
Mm-hmm.
So in there also it can come handy
Mm-hmm.
to understand different kind of languages.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's it basically. For assistive technology it can be used, and like to remove the barrier of language.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. All,
any use case
mhm.
where it fits in.
Yeah, also maybe some privacy concern like somebody uploading the images that is not acceptable, right? Might be in educational platform or maybe any social media. So wherever there might be privacy concern, anything that image is not proper for anybody, that is not acceptable. So this type of projects or this type of, this idea is very helpful, I think, implementing this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the possibilities are endless.
Mhm.
As per like any kind of creative apps can be made using this,
Mhm.
not like this is just one use case that we have shown here,
Mhm.
but it can find quite a lot of
Okay.
uses.
Okay. Perfect. So, Pratibha, first talk about like let's talk about like what are the technology part. So, and where this type of projects come in, like is the AI engineers part or maybe AI MVP or machine learning. So, where first describe where this type of projects come and to whom this type of project is helpful. Then talk about what how we have implemented this project. Have you used any third party API or maybe we can also build our custom part. Okay. So first explain where these projects belongs to for machine learning engineer, AI engineers, or where this for.
So basically it is an AI and ML
Hmm. Hmm.
project.
Hmm.
Okay, so it is specifically for AI and ML
Hmm.
developers, like they can create it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
And like it is needless to say that enthusiasts can also create this kind of
Hmm.
app
Hmm.
if anybody is interested,
Hmm.
but typically it comes under AI and ML.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's talk about like technical part. So how we implemented. So first, what they will somebody if you want to build this type of project. So what they should learn and what they will learn once they completed this project. So what they will learn and how you have implemented. Okay.
Okay, so first and foremost, if somebody is like if somebody wants to create this kind of app using the same APIs that we are using here,
Hmm.
by utilizing the services provided by Google,
Hmm.
then first of all they need to learn how to use Google Cloud
Hmm.
Services. So they'll make a developer's account
Hmm.
to begin with,
Hmm.
and then they will create their service account and enable these services,
Hmm.
basically the services that I named,
Hmm.
namely Google's Vision AI.
Hmm.
It is being used, so its API is being used in here,
Hmm.
and then there is translation AI also being used. So that also needs to be enabled
Hmm.
in that particular service account
Hmm.
under that
Hmm.
project. And then there is text to speech API as well that is being used.
Hmm.
So they will need to learn how to enable this kind of API services from Google Cloud Console,
Hmm.
and then to integrate it into your own code in your backend by the means of utilizing your secret key that is being generated by Google Cloud Console's
Hmm.
service account.
Hmm.
Okay, so once you have that kind of information with you,
Hmm.
only then you will be able to create this kind of app or any other version of it, um, like this. And it need not be a Flask app, but it can be a Django app as well or any other platform.
Hmm.
It's just that you'll need to have a service account, Google service
Hmm.
account, where all these services are enabled, and then you can use it. So it's not like really limited to Python
Hmm.
applications. It can be used in various other languages as well, like Node.js or Java
Hmm.
or Go. So a few tutorials are also present in even Google's own website as well.
Hmm.
So people can check that out.
Hmm.
And after that, it's just a normal process of creating any Flask app or Django app. Okay. So according to your functionality, you can just integrate it. You'll just need to pass in the input to these particular API services accordingly, and that's it. It's going to do all the work for you then.
Mhm. Yeah, so basically we have used Google API services that are offered by Google, like Vision AI, text to speech, or maybe that you are
Yeah.
talking about. So basically, we have implement based on that, yeah, Google Cloud, whatever the services they are offering, based on that,
Yes.
we have built these projects. Okay, fine.
Okay. I'll show the documentation pages for all these services which I have enabled in my service account.
Yeah, just we have to
So
show those services.
yeah. So this is the project Generative AI,
Hmm.
under which I have my service account.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll just show it to you where you can find. So this is the service account, and once you select it, you will see the details about it, and you'll be able to see the options to generate the keys under this section.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so I've already generated my key,
Hmm.
and I'll show it to you in the directory of the project.
Hmm.
So, but first, let's just see the documentation page for all these services. So as you can see that it is already enabled. I'm just zooming in.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
And so this is one of the services. Using this, we are able to extract the text from the image. Okay, so it is performing OCR basically.
Hmm.
And after that, we have the Google's translation AI, which helps us in translating. So the project under which I have created the service account for this particular app is generative AI.
Hmm.
So because in there I have enabled the Vision AI and all the other services which is required.
Hmm.
Then under the API and services, we go to the library. In this library, all the AI services and APIs which are available
Hmm.
are listed, and we can see that there is Vision AI. You can see here that it is enabled for this account.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah,
So until and unless it is not enabled, you will not be able to use this kind of API, although it is listed in the API and services library. Okay. So enabling them is the first step and is a must. After that, we are also using the translation service. So let's just check that out. We are using the cloud translation API, and this is also enabled,
Okay.
right? So in order to be able to use this, we need to enable it. Then all the pricing and overview, everything is mentioned in here in its documentation. Okay. The same is with Vision AI as well. After that, we also use the text to speech cloud API as well. So this is also enabled, right? And this is the pricing for this, tutorials and documentation. And like basically it's the documentation for cloud text to speech API. And you can see that all these three services are enabled for my particular account that I am using in here under the project name generative AI. And you can also check out your service accounts from here as well. Okay. So like from the service accounts you can generate your secret key. I have also generated mine. I'll show it to you. It is in JSON format. Okay, so that is very important to authenticate your account and to be able to use this in the backend of your apps.
Yeah, basically.
So this is the first step, and in this particular app, we are using these three services.
Yeah. To calling all these API need that need the key, right? So API key. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Fine. So explain a little about the coding part, like just so the short demo of the
Yeah.
coding.
Sure. Sure. So this is the project directory. You can see here that we have some folders in here. Templates folder is containing the HTML for the app, and basically then this generative AI file, this one is nothing but our key, the secret account key. Okay, so this is very necessary. And then we have utility.py and app.py. These are two Python scripts. So this utility.py is having the functionalities related to the Google account services that we are using. Okay. So basically in here we have defined three functions, each relating to one particular aspect of the app. Basically reading the text from the basically extracting the text from the image, then translating it, and after that converting it into an audio form using text to speech. So for all these three purposes we have mentioned the function in here, and we are using, like, we are importing the necessary libraries in here using you can see here that these two are basically cloud functions, Google Cloud. And then in here you can see we are importing text to speech, and then translates a second version, and then Vision AI's vision. Okay. So, and this particular part here is authenticating our account. So here we are passing in the secret account key, service account key, basically. And until unless you don't have your service key, all the other functionalities won't work in here.
Okay.
Okay. Basically, which is concerning Google's cloud services, they won't work.
Okay.
So this is the utility.py. Then we have the main script, that is app.py. So in here you can see that from the utility script we are importing three functions. Okay. Which I have just described their functionality. And then here we are just fetching in the image. We are converting it into the bytes format. Okay. Once it is encoded in the bytes format, we are passing it into the pic to text function that we have imported from the utility function. And the result is the text from the image. Okay. So the text as it is being extracted from the image is being stored in this variable. And we are just performing some cleaning in here, just removing some special characters which are not needed. And then we are passing in this text to the translate function. Okay. So here you can see that the clean text is being passed in here.
Hmm.
And then after that we are creating the audio file, which is audio.mp3, which is being stored in this particular folder in here.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I just ran the app. So the audio for this particular image is currently present in here,
Hmm.
and we are just passing it all to the html for rendering. Okay, so
Hmm.
that's why they are now like able to be displayed in here: the
Hmm.
image,
Hmm.
the extracted text,
Hmm.
and the translated text, and the audio.
Hmm.
So this is the basic workflow of this app.
Hmm.
So you can see that it is pretty easy. Like, it is not heavily dependent on code to
Hmm.
generate this kind of app, because in the backend we are making use of the API
Hmm.
functionalities. Until otherwise, if we were like writing our own code for it, then it would have been heavier
Hmm. Yeah.
in terms of code.
Hmm. Yeah, so the important thing was like obviously like the anybody who want to work this type of project. So first they will learn how the different platform or the different cloud services they any provider they are offering, like how to
Yeah.
implement this API, how to and based on their API, because nowadays there is lots of AI based company are offering their different type of services. Based on that, top of that you can create your own app, because any company cannot create every
Yes.
every possible app. They are only offering these services,
Yeah.
core technology. Based on the core technology, you can build your
Yeah,
own
so
code.
basically, yeah, like the technology is reliable
Hmm.
and it's not that costly
Hmm.
also. Like,
Hmm.
the pricing is appropriate for enterprise level.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then they are maintaining their own servers and GPUs to train their model and keep
Hmm.
it updated.
Hmm.
So, like, that part we don't need to be concerned about in here.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, it really makes your life easier
Hmm.
to create and maintain these kind of applications.
Yeah, obviously, because API call is more easier than developing from scratch. So that's why just you have to
Yes.
focus on, just figure out where your customer need, or where you can implement your existing system. Just you can easily integrate this type of things. So that's all, everyone. I think you might get some insightful information this type of video, or maybe you will implement this type of project easily from your end. I think if you are implementing, maybe in future, or this AI is, I think on demand services, maybe at least every app, even mobile app, every maybe even web application, maybe already existing system, that all the services need at least AI integration somewhere. It may be some extent or maybe large extent based on their needed. I think you are already aware with that. I know, because currently is AI on the top demand, and also people life are getting easier from the use of the AI. Also, there are lots of things are offering. So if you are working this type of project, either maybe you are a student, maybe you're a developer, or even the tech owner, you are just building your AI MVP proof of concept. If you need to help this type of project, maybe we can help to implement from a scratch. Maybe we can help to implement front end. Maybe we can help to integrate back end, like training the model, fine tuning, or even if somehow you needed some core machine learning engineer, their AI API is not important. Also we can help, like if they're your own custom model we are building, so also we can help there. Okay, so even in AI DML, like from development to production, so we can help to build your projects and based on your use cases, because we cannot explain every use cases, because we don't know what you needed, but just we are trying to showcase what are the important one. Based on that, might be you get the idea. Based on that, how this project is going to help you in your situations or in your current existing system. Okay, so if you need to help either building the projects, like either you need consulting, or from how to basically there are lots of services. So at least somehow you need consulting if you are not a ML engineer, because where we should what should be cost effective for you, what should be more more easier, or maybe basically cost of optimization part, and where what are the basic and the future of this project, this type of things. Basically I'm just talking about the consulting. If you need time this type of things, also we can book direct one-to-one session with our expert or developer. So they will help you to making your doubt clear. And even if you are team, or maybe you want to outsource your projects or somehow, or maybe building, so we can help in everywhere. Okay, so just I'm say try to say that. Okay, so or maybe if you're a student, so maybe you are working on this type of project. So I think nowadays there was AI is new domain. I think you must have, even the colleges and universities are also adopting this AI separate courses. Okay, so somehow you need help in your courses. You might be not able to understand your concept, or might be not able to implement your projects. It might be any small assignment task, or maybe even the anything where a small task where need to help in AI, so we can help there. Okay, so I hope if you are uh, interested or not interested, I think you should be enthusiastic about the AI, because we cannot ignore AI now. Okay, so because these are new domain of the all the curriculum or academic things are we are going to add. Okay, so there is also research work also. Maybe if you are a PhD student, or maybe somehow you are attending any conferences, or you thinking about I need to think how this type of project actually work. If you are not want to implement this project, but at least want to enhance your knowledge, like how these things are working, so maybe at least you, in that case also, you can book our session with our expert, and you will get more insightful information, and then it will be better understanding should we work or not, or what should be costed of this type of API calling or building this project. Okay, so I think that's all, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure if you have watch our video till end, and maybe if you have something, so try to reach out to us and how we can help you. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet in another one. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you for watching.